Okay, let me show you what I'm playing the last 2 or 3 days with. Two menus. So let me show you the static sites first. Okay, pretty straightforward. And then I've got a second template that I haven't finished it completely yet. I still have to take care of the responsive part. The end result is this. That's the those are the two menus. But the second menu, I need to make it to work in the responsive layout. Okay, so how am I accomplishing this? Well, before doing that, let me show you in action with a real CMS. Let me start with Quicker Site. Okay, so this is the first template that I showed you, and the way I made it work is I used the H menu and V menu scripts, customized one of them, and that's how it's working. So basically the root menus are on the top, and the subpages, submenus are showing at the bottom. So basically the only thing that I did to the scripts instead of V menu, I changed it to H menu 2, and in the script the only thing that I changed over here, before was saying V menu, is saying now H menu, and is shooting horizontal menu out as opposed to vertical menu. Other than that, in terms of what I did things differently in Quicker Site was nothing. Okay, and both menus work in all layouts. Easy enough. Alright, so now let me show you the second one in action. Another one in action. In WordPress environment. VP 61 beta 1 6 beta 1. There's another one, and again the in the responsive layouts, the second menu, I need to work on it. I need to activate it. But other than that, everything is working. Both menus are working fine. Alright, so let's get to the meat. Let me tell you how I did things. And the easiest way of showing that is going to the static web pages, and let me start with this one because this was very easy to make. It's a regular template, it's a regular looking site template. The original menu made in Artisteer was at the bottom, so I recreated the second one. So let's look at the codes, and everything starts from the HTML code. So I've duplicated the art nav over here. So I copied this part from nav to nav, made a copy of it and put it above it, and then I renamed it to nav2. So the only thing left now is open the styles and find all the blocks of code in the styles.css file that has artnav2. Make copy of it and simply um, change it from nav to nav2. In exact copy of it, except of one part. I'll put it at the bottom. The one part that I had to make some changes to it. Let me see where it's. Oh, it's right over here. The position it was saying relative, I made it absolute, and I added the top to 0 pixels, so it took it back all the way on top, and made at the width 100%. So those are the 3 changes that I made to as when CSS is concerned. Otherwise, everything else I made copies. Actually, the only thing that I copied, the only code that I copied in this case, was this one over here. And of course, I adjusted the z-index values of both menus because Artisteer has got a bug in there. So when we're dealing with templates like this, it's straightforward. In a generic template per se, where everything is contained and both menus are going to be the same. Now, the second example, it was much harder because I have 2 separate looking menus. And I don't know any code, I don't know any CSS, so I had to use my brain, and I had to make Artisteer generate the code for me in both cases and then combine them. So I created the first site, and let me see if I can see the first one. There you go. It's like this. So this is the first one. Regular page. This is the header, and the header is fixed. Okay. And the background color, and I made it invisible, so it's showing the background color. And saved it. Then I went and edited that Artisteer template and created my second variation of it. And the second variation of that template is this, where I removed the header from the page and put it inside the header, made it invisible, and positioned it on the right side. That's all I did. So now I went back to my original template, the first variation, and basically I did the same, almost the same thing. So in terms of the code, there's the second one. There's the art now. This was the original code. I made a copy of it, went inside the header, okay, and right after the art shapes, before the headline, I made a copy of it, and again I changed the class name, made it a nav2, so I can identify it, and that has to do with the navigation bar. The other thing that's different is how the menus look. So I also changed the Art H menu to Art H menu 2. The original code is just H menu, so I put H menu 2. Otherwise, it was going to have the look of the bottom, the original menu. So now things get a little bit dicier, because more difficult, because now when it comes to the CSS, I don't only have to make changes to my art nav, whatever the CSS is referring to it, but now I have to make references to the H menu. So I made copies of all the H menus made all the blocks that refers to it and the navs, and make copies of it, and the only thing that I did was, you know, change the name. Now obviously I did not get the I got all those values from my second template. So I basically opened, I hope it makes sense to you, I'm sure it does. Do they say all day long? So I opened my second template, this one, okay, and from here I got all the H menus and all the navs, made copies of them, put them at the bottom of the first template, and change the names from nav to nav2 and the H menu to H menu 2. And after that, the first time I tried it unsuccessfully, tried to do the same thing with the responsive layout, with this fellow over here, the style responsive.css, but it was really late at night, and I guess I wasn't thinking very well, so I was unsuccessful my first try, but I'll get it working. If I can't get it working when it comes to menus like this, I'll make him non-responsive. I'll make him regular templates if I have to, but it's pretty interesting, and once I get the formula down, how to work things out, I will be using this, because it's a little bit different. It's more sophisticated templates than the usual ones, and that's it. Those are the kind of things that I'm playing now. In reality, let's go back to quicker site with the double menus. In reality, if we are using the this menu scripts, H menu and V menu, to generate those things, people might get confused in the responsive layout when all they're going to get is a couple of buttons. Actually, this is going to be a better example since everything works here. So if this was quicker site, in order for me to see the actual pages, I have to, it's dependent on the first menu, and until you use those, you're not going to be able to, until you choose something from the original menu, you're not going to be able to see the second menu. One way, I guess, it's to rename the second menu into a sub menu. That's going to take care of it. Or the other thing that I'm thinking, don't use the scripts, and use the top menu as your regular pages, and use the bottom menu with some free pages that they're never going to change, they're never going to get deleted, you know, whatever, and hard code the second menu. So just hard code it the way Artisteer does. In fact, I'll have Artisteer generate the code for me, and then just change the URLs in the end, and be done with it. But it's a little bit tricky with some templates, especially when you're dealing with different formats, the menus not looking exactly the same, and if you're dealing with I guess fluid headers, but it's workable. Someone like me who doesn't know any coding or much coding, if I'm able to figure these things out, then someone like you, I'm sure you can do wonders. So that's it. Let me know if you want me to send you those templates, if you're interested to play with them. Other than that, I hope this breaks your boredom, man. Bye.